Heaven's California.
Hey guys, today this is the last scheduled video of the day. However, I do have more videos after this. This is just the last scheduled one. So I'm just going to put the whole screenshot thing here. So Yoto, reaction idea, the Uber rider scary animated story. Can you provide the link? It's by IMR Scary Tales and it's 6 minutes long. And then I just said got it. So again, be sure to provide the link if you have the link, because then it's harder for me to find. Because then if you just say the title of the video, it could be uploaded by any channel. It could be like, yeah, I don't know how long it is. I don't have the link, you know, and I just do not want to react to the wrong video because that's embarrassing. It's like, oh, you reacted to the wrong video. It's like, oh shit, you know. Wait, is this Mr. Nightmare voice?
As a former Uber driver.
That's Mr. Nightmare voice. Oh, I'm gonna love this video. So this is by IMR Scary Tales, I believe. So 6 minutes long. It's an Uber story, which is obviously fun because Uber stories are good. Not good, but like they're entertaining most of the time. Just scary too, obviously. And Mr. Nightmare's narrating it, so perfect. So I guess someone just animated it. Let's get into this.
As a former Uber driver, I've dealt with a whole bunch of unpleasant characters, from the drunken groups of friends on Saturday nights to the people who pretend to be handicapped to get free rides. But every so often, you may pick up somebody who can just be classified as a straight-up creep.
Hey,
I
you gotta be careful.
Of these guys, but never one quite as bad as a guy named Tom.
I think I remember this one.
It was a Friday night of the year. I had nothing to do, so I figured I'd do some late-night pickups. This was 2 years ago. I was 18 and had a new Honda Accord. My parents kind of spoiled me a bit. I was a very skinny 18-year-old, though. That's why my dad told me to always keep a blade in my car, because you never know what kind of nuts are getting into the car. A guy named Tom popped up a couple miles away by a major shopping area. I responded to his request and started driving in that direction.
I remember Tom.
I pulled up in front of the shopping center where I saw a group of teenagers hanging out.
It doesn't really look that dark, but
I hoped this Tom guy wasn't part of this group. A bunch of them looked at me in my car as I slowly passed. Eventually I just hit the gas and went further into the parking lot of the shopping center, wanting to get away from this group. I did 2 laps around the whole parking lot until I finally noticed through my left mirror somebody approaching my car from behind.
Sus.
I rolled down my window and called out Tom, and he called back yes. I told him to hop in. I had to repeat myself 3 times, and given that all I was saying was hop in very clearly, made the situation very weird from the start.
Hop in. Oh,
the 4th time, he finally understood me and walked slowly around the back,
like,
getting
into
the seat right behind me.
No.
Usually the people I picked up would sit diagonally from me, which is what I preferred. When people sat right behind me, it just made me a little paranoid sometimes.
3 red flags I see already. 3.
Kind of creepy. This guy was old. He had to be in his upper 40s. Where to? I asked him. He told me an address, which I entered into my phone.
1, he's
By
pissed.
his voice, I could tell he was a
2, he's gray hair, which doesn't mean you're bad, but I mean, so.
My car was starting to smell like
2,
cigarettes.
he's sitting right behind you, which you should be sitting diagonal.
10 miles away, which was fine, since it meant I'd be making more money. I tried making small talk initially, which didn't work out.
No one sits right behind you. That's just sus.
I would ask him a yes or no question. Sometimes he would just mumble, and any other questions led to dry responses. I stopped talking when he completely ignored one of my questions. I was within just 5 miles. There was still 5 to go. By the 6-mile mark, things started getting uneasy in there. I was afraid to look into the rearview mirror because I was so sure that he was staring at me. I took a quick half-second glance and saw I was right. He was in fact staring at me. My body forced my foot down heavier on the gas. I wanted this ride to be over sooner. By the 8-mile mark, I started to realize we were in the middle of nowhere. We were on basically a deserted street with woods on either side and occasional buildings.
It's a setup.
I was growing suspicious now as to where this address he told me actually was. So, while driving, I dragged my finger across my phone to slide the map in the direction of the address. It seemed to lead to a dead-end street with no surrounding streets nearby. I was getting more and more nervous with each passing minute now. I shot a glance back up again at the mirror, and he was still watching me. I finally summed up the courage to ask him if the address he gave me was of his house. There was silence for a few moments, and I thought he was once again going to ignore me, or possibly didn't hear me. But 5 seconds later, he finally answered yes. There was less than a mile left in the drive now, still surrounded by nothing but woods with the
I already know the
occasional
story, but I
empty
forgot the
building.
ending, so I'm actually kind of nervous. And plus it's
I was
animated,
approaching
so...
the dead-end street that the address he gave me resided on, hoping some houses would come into sight. As the street came up, I slowed down so I could get a good look of it. But nothing could be seen, just pitch blackness. I could only imagine why he wanted to get me out here alone, so far away from anybody or anything. I casually kept driving, pretending like I missed it, hoping he wouldn't notice.
And he
But
noticed.
he did. Instantly, he hopped out of his seat and yelled at me to turn around. Honestly, I felt like my life was on the line, so I apologized and did a quick three-point turn. As I was reapproaching the dead-end street, I dug my hands into the netting compartment on the side of my seat where I kept my blade.
Good.
I very quietly flicked the blade open and held it tight in my right hand, ready to use it.
Yeah, wouldn't you see
I
it just
turned
like
down the
this?
dead-end
Wouldn't
road
you see?
with my headlights now displaying just what I thought I would see.
Nothing.
Nothing but trees on either side. I made it to the end of the road, not a single house or building on the road. I just knew something was about to go down. I was just trying to physically and mentally prepare myself for it. Suddenly he said in as soft as a voice as he probably could, "Thanks for the ride." I wasn't even thinking about money at this point. He opened his door, but before stepping out, he said, "Could you get out of the car for a second? I need help carrying my bag. I have a bad back."
No.
But he didn't have a bag. I knew he didn't. He didn't come in with one. I replied, Yeah, sure, let yourself out and I'll help you in a sec."
But your voice was
The
too...
shakiness in my voice was too obvious. What happened next, I never imagined would have happened. All of a sudden, I felt pressure on my neck. It took me at least a second before I could realize he was choking me from the back seat. Immediately, I drilled the blade into his left arm, and he screamed in pain, releasing his grip on my neck. He fell out
that's
of the
what you
car
got,
onto the
bitch.
street, and I took that opportunity to turn the car around and practically floor it down the street
Yeah,
until
bye,
I returned
bitch.
to a busy road.
Asshole.
I actually didn't end up calling the cops. I was just too scared to do anything but drive home.
This is why I need a
By the
dash
time I
cam.
got
Always
home,
have a
I
dash
just wanted
cam.
to go to sleep and forget about it. Needless to say, I resigned from my Uber driving days after this incident.
That's very good. I'm really glad you're okay. I'm really glad that you had the blade in your hand. But like, okay, so like if someone's right behind me, like my phone's right behind me, okay, I don't know. And I have my hand right here, and the person's right behind me, like right here. Like they're gonna see if I take out a blade. You know what I mean? Like how would they not see that? Because even putting your arm down, you can still like flick it open. Like it's right. It's not here. If it's on this side, maybe it's a bit more because like the chair is kind of still in the way. I feel like here would be like more so visible. So I don't know. I am really glad that I do remember that story though. I remember that story, hearing that story a bit ago. But it was nice to see an animated version. I'm just glad that he got stabbed, but like the way he did it, it was so because like he did this and then he kind of just be like, ooh, like what if it slipped and then went into your throat? Like you could have cut yourself. Like when I saw that, I was like, oh damn, because like he was like this and he was like right here. But like what if he just went a bit more up? He would have slit his own throat open. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I noticed as well. So I was kind of like, ugh. So I mean, you're lucky that you didn't like stab yourself. You know what I mean? Like that was pretty good. But again, if you are an Uber driver, please be careful just because like you never know who's gonna get into your car. You never know because like some drivers are actually pretty good. Like some drivers are actually pretty damn good, and like they actually want to like do their best to make you have a good ride. And then there's some people that just want to fuck around with you and make you terrified and like like it's just scary to know that like what people's intentions really are. So if you are an Uber driver thinking of becoming one, credit to you. You better have a gun or you better have a knife or something in your pocket or something, because like you never know what's gonna go down. You know what I mean? Like especially if it's like if the person's right behind you, that's already sus. Like I would say okay, I have a blade right here. If you're not gonna move to the other diagonal from me, then I'm not gonna give you a ride. Like no. If you're right behind me, that's sus. Hella sus. Like you're obviously planning something if you're right behind me. Like what kind of you're obviously doing something if you're right behind me. Like I'm not stupid. You're obviously doing something. You're obviously planning something. You're obviously trying to stab me or something. In which case he obviously was. If you guys want to see more of IMR scary tales, let me know. Just give me the link. Please give me the link and the title of the video, and even the YouTube. Or if you're not going to provide a link, make sure you give me the title of the video with the YouTuber and possibly the length of the video, because people can have the same type of video and then it could be the same length too. So you never know. Just give me like specifics, and I should be able to find the video. If you do not provide a link, then just give me those things and I should be able to find it. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to subscribe, then please subscribe. If you're watching my videos, you should subscribe if you like me. So, you know, I'm on my way to 2K, and I really want to get there before 2020 ends, and I really want to get there sooner than that. Like, I'm almost at 1.7K, so I'm hoping to reach 1.7K hopefully by the end of April, but probably not going to happen. By the end of April or mid-May, and I really want to get to by September. At least I want to get to 2K, or try getting to 2K. And if I can, then my next goal is gonna be 25K or 2,500, not 25K. I fucking wish. But yeah, just please subscribe if you're not. That's the moral of my story here. And again, let me know what else you want me to react to, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.